Welcome back to Zelda Speedruns, folks. Thanks for bearing with us while we switched everything over there. It is now time for us to continue with Game 2 of this matchup between Ellendar and levelengine. You all know the backstory by now. I'm not even going to bother you with it. So without further ado, I'm going to shut up and leave you in the hands of our wonderful commentary team, Nightcrawler and Mirai.
That sounds good, doesn't it, Mirai? Nightcrawler and Mirai. No, I can't wait to get into this race. I just caught the end of the last one. And I don't want to spoil it in case anyone hasn't seen this one yet, this last one yet. But we had a winner, and we're gonna have a new winner this time. And I always hope for a little bit of back and forth, personally.
Well, two things there. First of all, pretty sure Psychonaut was saving the best for last. Second of all, they will be spoiled. They will be spoiled by the winning hash marks on the. We can't see it on the dashboard side, but the stream side has some hash marks for who won who's up a game here. So there will be some spoilers.
I suppose that's that's the only realistic thing. Yes. How's it going, Alan Heffley in chat? We got Star, we got Irene, Slacker. Nice to see y'all in chat.
Oh, we have. Oh, nope. All right, so we've got hash marks up. So if they're not, if you want to avoid this at all costs, earmuffs for the next minute or so. levelengine did take game 1 in this wild kind of race that Ellendar was kind of always chasing levelengine. They did things that wasn't necessarily linear, but did they do exactly the same stuff beat for beat for the majority of that seed up until right before GP. It was crazy raft required, last location in the raft, and a hit GP, and thunder required into a 98 cost of thunder, which was ridiculous. Anyway, let's get to some tracking here. Fairy spell, raft, and what else?
I was busy looking at the sprite. the white mage sprite laying on the ground there, laying on the dais.
I'll catch it again in a moment. A lot of
Yeah.
Anyway, we had a caldera in the previous one, and is this another caldera? I think we have another caldera here. It's looking like it. There's a bridge.
Fairy Town. They started with fairy though, right? So
yes. I think we have flute hammer, I believe. Although I'm not marking it till I am sure of it.
Ellendar found Parappa Cave. Probably not useful yet, but in the near future.
Bridge goes east, so
that's an early east.
We got potential desert tile right here.
Even with all those free lives, even with all those life containers, it's a dangerous time to be 1-1-1 in the east.
Starting with downstab as well. Not too bad. Oh, look at that.
Oh, well, here we go.
Again, trackers are slightly behind because I don't know whether that's flute hammer in their inventory or not. We'll get a better look at that in a second. These runners are always whipping open their menu in half a second, and so it's hard to see. Oh my god, Ellendar.
Can't they slow down, please?
Oh, Ellendar is a tracker I can look at. It's key and flute. Okay.
Very nice.
All right, we should be good here. Yeah, so glove on the grass tile. They're telling us that we have completely shuffled items. Dare I say somewhat of a rarity in this flag set. We tend to not have that. I'd say more often than not, it's not that, right? We usually have something like shuffled overworld and then vanilla palaces, or shuffled overworld and shuffled palaces. But now we've got the full shuffle with a palace item out in the real world here, meaning that anything is anywhere. And although we still end up with a pea bag in pea bag cave.
So we would have had a sort of more traditional sort of race, except they have the glove right now, and they got fairy right now, so they can start diving palaces as soon as they can cast fairy, really.
Yeah, we thought the last one was going to be kind of a jet. We had the potential to be into GP sub 35 minutes on a 4-gem seed, but it did not turn out that way. We walked into GP almost at the hour mark, and so we'll see if that holds true in this one or not. I'm sure both these runners probably want to get to bed before it's too late, but, well...
Ellendar did something cool just there. He was exploring the south of that continent, and kind of came to a dead end. And some enemies spawned around him, and he was surrounded by, well, there were two forest encounters, and he didn't really have any reason to check them. Like, he was exploring for locations, but he's got fairies, so even if he came across in Saria, he'd be able to ferry across the bridge without getting, like, Bagu's letter. But in order to dodge the encounter, he did go into the forest encounter, knowing that those forest encounters tend to have smaller screens. So that was a nice way to save some time. Just a large explanation for a very short,
No, yeah,
short time save.
I feel you there. I run into that myself as well. You're trying to explain something nice, and then you just go off on this kind of rant. We saw what was it, 3 or 6 there?
Yeah. It seems to be.
Yeah, so we'll see. We started with the flute, no hammer though. A 700-point P-bag there, shuffled P-bag amounts. Level has made it to the east side of our caldera here.
Man, inflation is quite a thing in Hyrule, isn't it?
Another big bag, big bag.
Man, back in my day, you could buy levels for just 200 experience, but now it's like 700, 800 experience. Before you know it, it's gonna be at 2,000 experience just to buy a life level.
I hear that. Risen P-bag cave for Ellendar. I don't know if we had level in Mito. Did we not? And did we check the stab?
Take any robe you want, that's pretty good, especially when Ellendar gets to that. Well, they have down. Well, Ellendar's just showing off downstab right now. I didn't see anyone enter a knight's training grounds, as it were. And thank you for the raid coming over from ZeldaSpeedRuns. Very cool. Enjoy. We got a nice second race between Ellendar and levelengine here. Two very good Zelda 2 randomizer runners.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of stuff happening right here in the beginning. Still getting a little situated. We've got 2 runners in 2 different spots. Ellendar off in the eastern continent, and Levelengine's still over on the west, although he's seen a little bit of the east. He made it to the east side of our caldera on the west, our randomized overworlds here in Zelda 2. If anyone's not familiar with that, we do randomize everything. It looks like a giant mess if you really just look at it and you don't know what you're really looking at. But regardless, we do have Levelengine in a palace here.
Yeah, less than 6 minutes into the race, and he's already exploring a palace. And he doesn't even have his. He didn't even pick up the glove, so this is a little bit of a risk for him.
Yeah, it was sitting right there. It's very interesting to not have full cleared that west side of the west. That was right there. He saw 1 or 2 things. He then hit up the bridge, went east, saw the encounter, didn't get anything off the east, came back, and then went, I think, right through the caldera to head over to the other side here.
Unfortunately, Palace 1 is a very short palace with a very easy boss. So that's done and done. He got a free life there. He can cast Fairy, right? He can go through there, but I guess he's going to go look for the item.
Well, here's the thing. I'm thinking that we have palaces that extend beyond bosses, but I think he wants to not take that gamble, so he could probably just jump the gem.
Oh, did he just get another level? And he wanted to double level?
Oh, that was weird, yeah. Or maybe he has now concluded that it's linear up to this point, and he can just jump the gem?
Oh, placing it.
Okay.
Not a huge payoff for this gem, but I don't necessarily think he's looking for a big payoff. We got 700-point P-bags in the pool. I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, Ellendar at 335, about to walk into a town here, and level at 233. Gonna have to make this jump blind, this 4-tile jump.
Especially with these particular bricks. This is the worst brick to do that jump in.
Yeah, he doesn't even have the glove anyway, so there's a glove block right beyond that.
True. He could have had the glove.
Yeah, Oh, we have another way. Oh, wait. Did level? Man,
He did something. It is said. Oh,
I missed some stuff.
guess so. This is not P1, so he's going into a palace close to where he just got out. And
This is back. This is back in the east. He went back in the east. There's a connection. There's a cave that on the east side of the west. The cave takes us east as well. So it's both bridge and cave that go east from the west. And he's back. He's in this P36 that we saw Ellendar check earlier.
That's so fast that he got there.
Yeah, he's just cruising right now. But that missing glove is pretty rough, knowing how free it is.
Are you your uppercut? Ellendar picking up the up stab.
Yeah.
Which,
Okay.
some of you guys may know from Smash Brothers. This is where it's from.
That does confirm that we don't have swapped stab techniques. If we hadn't confirmed that already, I think we did, but I would have missed that. Yeah, we also saw nothing on the desert tile as well. So starting with 7 hearts.
6. We're in 6.
Oh, okay.
Sorry to interrupt. I think he's getting out, and I think that's a good plan. you don't want to do 6 this early, I don't think.
That is interesting. Early, last seed as well presented us with 3 and 6 very early on, and also opting to skip 6 in last seed as well. I don't mind 6 too much.
Sure, but there's potentially a lot of doors and a lot of potential for glove blocks.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth kind of looking around a little bit. He didn't see a quick dragon, again, with seeing as he's confirmed that the palaces extend beyond boss rooms, that sometimes you can just get really lucky and find like a quick boss early on, and a quick barber would have been nice, possibly a big payout from the barber kill.
Oh, Vix Rider also giving us rates, so welcome on in. By the way, on Ellendar's side, he's in the Valley of Death right now, and it kind of looked like the Valley of Death had like a fork.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's unusual, and actually kind of cool. If we could get some more forked rivers, that'd be pretty dope.
Is this gonna be? It's gonna be GP.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what does that mean? What does that tell us? We saw 1 on the west.
Yeah.
We saw 6 on the east. So I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't confirm vanilla palace locations, but
It's pretty close. It's very unlikely that it's not vanilla palace locations at this point.
yeah, we didn't check the caldera, and I don't know if we had access to the other palace. I feel so bad. I'm sitting here in the commentary booth, and I am was trying to hurry up early on to make sure that tracking was accurate, and I missed so much of the beginning there, and now I'm really off balance with where all of our runners are at and what they've seen. So
Those caves are wild. They're like catty corner to each other.
yeah, right. The caldera cave and the caldera caves are like they're bullies. They'll kind of just be placed anywhere.
Yeah. This is like, well, it's not even the caldera cave. It's on the other side of the caldera cave. Actually, no. I guess it leads into the caldera.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. I think the randomizer sneezed when it was generating the terrain this time.
Yeah, when it draws the caldera, it's got like priority. So when it throws out those caves can be in weird spots, but again, the way that it draws it just kind of forces things into position. It does check its surrounding terrain, so it's not going to put 2 caves like next to each other, touching, adjacent like that. But it will put them very close at times because it's valid.
These
just
guys
looks a little weird.
These guys are very close to high-fiving each other, but it looks like it's not going to happen right now.
levelengine not picking up P-bags here. Man, just 700 points out there, dude.
And Ellendar checked inside the cave and said, I don't want any part of that. Which, his level should be good for that. Maybe he's not really thirsting for items right now. Do we have any clue as to where...
I didn't see which cave Ellendar had stepped into, but was it Medicine Cave that levels in?
Medicine Cave, yeah.
Okay. Well, he's going to miss out on that magic container. He's in Heart Container Cave right now. Ellendar is. So we'll see here in a moment what's here.
Magic container would be nice.
Wow.
So instead of a magic
Okay.
container, he's gonna get a magic container.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, we have Fairy and Key. I mean, it's just like, it really is. Well, Ellendar, at the end of the previous seed, was kind of rushing. I think he felt a little behind. But little does he know that, again, both of them did very, very, very similar things. And so...
That's 2.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Do it. Or not. Okay.
I was going to say that Ellendar probably has to play a little bit more aggressive here, unless, if he wants to kind of ensure he hangs on in this best of 3.
Now I'm gonna point out, since we got some raiders from the Majora's Mask randomizer race that was on main, it may look like these guys don't know what they're seeing right now in these games, but
Right.
it's actually not that bad once you get used to it. You can see that it's harder when you're looking through the compression of the video, but in person you can see the feet of enemies that are on the ground walking, and you can tell what enemies are there. That bat, for instance, that just came down on levelengine side, it's put in the same spot. It's not always a bat, but when it is a bat, you can predict its movements even if you can't see it. There are some enemies that are harder to deal with in the dark like this, like the coconut eyeball things and the other eyeball things. And I'm sure there'd be even worse eyeballs if there was another eyeball, but there's only 2 eyeballs. But it's not that hard navigating in the dark, but there are features in the randomizer that let you start with the candle so you can see everything.
Yeah, 2 eyeballs is really all you need, folks. So
Yeah, my mom always told me she had an eyeball in the back of her head, so...
she was lying.
What? You call my mom a liar?
I am.
Oh my god. When are we gonna meet up? Just saying, you've been talking some smack about my mom.
What? Have we just rolled back to the 90s? Are we going to break out some Yo Mama jokes here?
Yep.
I would prefer not to, even though the game's from 1987.
Yeah. So, this game was much closer to Yo Mama jokes than we are.
That's true.
Age.
I will point out that we do have vanilla enemies in these rooms. They are shuffled. I don't know if I saw a community room yet. I might be kind of blind to that. But if it's all vanilla, we do at least have vanilla enemy sets in our palace rooms here.
Okay.
Because this would be, pretty sure this is normally be a P6 room with Wizrobes in it, but it's in P2, so it's got Magos in it, and yeah.
Okay, good.
Community rooms are on. Okay, I wasn't. Oh right, yeah, we just saw one with the drippers over the Crumble Bridge there. Yep.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think that's from.
They're in the same room.
Yes, they high-fived. It's just kind of hard to tell because their palette's a little bit different.
Yeah.
NES doesn't have like fixed RGB values, so that's why different applications that you might use to play NES games don't always have the same colors.
I had even read that the hardware itself doesn't even conform properly to the standards of the day.
Oh yeah.
That some of the stuff is out of standard in terms of like real true color reproduction, that whatever they were doing back then. Oh, that's the item room for Ellendar.
Ooh, nice. What do we got?
Yeah, what are we looking for here? I mean, boots?
Spell
maybe?
items. Spell items.
Yeah. How about another magic container?
That works, I guess. I mean, it'd be really embarrassing if you had Thunder and you couldn't cast it.
Man, last seed, 98 for Thunder, all the way through Magic 6, and you needed 7 containers to be able to cast that, and Thunderbird was required.
It happens. More often than Ellendar would have liked, at least.
Alright, so Level has begun to dash. We did have dash in the previous seed. Level did not pick it up, and that allowed... wait, did I say that right? Level did not pick it up. Ellendar did, and Ellendar was able to actually close a really nice gap on Level in the previous race. It's just the fact that thunder being required really just stopped Ellendar in his tracks in that previous seed. But regardless, now we're seeing Level finally utilize the dash spell, which he does enjoy.
Yeah, for those of you who are new to Z2R, the dash spell is not exclusive to Z2R. It's from the homebrew community, but it is not in the original game in any way, shape, or form. It replaces the fire spell in this case, because fire is not particularly essential.
Alright, well, Level finding a dead end there. He didn't see the item or the boss. Ellendar has seen both and about to place his first gem.
Oh, okay, we got a magic level. That's pretty good.
Tracker falling asleep on tracker duty here. Yeah, so we can assume that Caldera is going to have P3 in it, and then P5 will be on the east somewhere, and P4 will be on the maze. That's a pretty good assumption to make, I think.
Ellendar's just looking for some experience now. He's
very
the item.
Yeah, it's very interesting to watch people walk off the bridge there. You see it's happened so many times, and the way the room is designed, you can't walk off the edge of that bridge on either side. You just fall straight into the lava. So you know when that Moa is behind you that you have to slow down and let that Moa overtake you so that you can actually jump up. Otherwise, you either jump up into the Moa and get knocked into the lava, or you walk off the edge and you just drop into the lava. So,
and that is some ground level lava, which can suck you in. Like if you get close to it on the ground level, it can just pull you in, even if you're not touching it. But obviously, you're not going to be on the floor in that part in that particular dungeon room, so not a concern this time.
Yeah, I was rambling when we saw this earlier. You might have wanted to say something. Ellendar did get a save using fairy in a particular room, almost falling into the lava.
Yes.
Yeah, and so we just saw levelengine do the same thing in that room in a slightly different spot. So yeah, interesting that they both did that.
They trained under the same sensei after all.
So what do we got here? P1 for Ellendar. This is would have been already done for Level. We'll see if he sticks around and is able to make it through that glove block. That is beyond Horsehead.
Well, levelengine is a palace up, but you know, Ellendar has gloves, so.
I have a feeling that so that's the thing though. Level I think might be going into the Caldera here. It's probably a good choice to make unless well, no, we can't really be blocked by anything. Go into the Caldera, do a quick 3, and hope there's no glove block, right? That's the one thing that could really stop him right now, are going to be glove blocks inside of palaces.
All right. Here is Horsehead. Yeah, the colors on Ellendar's screen are way different than Level's were. And I guess attack 4 is really bad because he didn't kill a Bago Bago in one hit with one of his attacks.
Are you kidding? Oh wait, which room? No, that was the bridge room, right?
Yeah.
Before that, did they fall off of the
Yeah.
There are certain Bago Bagos that aren't really Bago Bagos. That sounds weird. They're Bago Bagos, but they have more health because they interchange with another enemy that's a flame in the other palaces.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. It's hard to explain. I'd have to see the room. But if it's a really a random generator Bago Bago coming from the floor and he still can't kill it in one hit, that's pretty bad. I would assume that's probably not the case though, because
you're correct. It fell onto him.
Okay.
It was in that room with a candle thing.
Okay, yeah. Where flames normally sit, you'll see Bago Bagos appear at times. And for some reason they just have more health. Wow.
Interesting. That's a heck of a Death Mountain.
Well, this happened in the same thing happened in the previous seed. They had a mountainous DM that they were able to get to. The first cave next to the landing point was Hammer Cave. And here we are, first cave next to the landing point is Hammer Cave. And so, what?
Imagine if you had tried looking for the item like through the other entrance. You literally would have never gotten it unless you had boots and walked on water, because like there's no other way to get there other than by the raft.
Yeah. Well, it makes me think that we potentially have good boots then.
That's some good dash movement from level. It's harder to control than it looks. A lot of people face plant into a lot of enemies, and he just did pretty good. Levelengine picking up the child, which is great because that's another potential thunder location that he doesn't have to worry about.
Yeah, and
you don't have to worry about the trophy because they started with that spell.
Right. And we just got a hint that Rebanak rides with the medicine for jump, so...
It's the last one. But, of course, Ellendar has that hint, and levelengine has this item, so...
Yeah, well, I'm guessing we're just going to float back on the raft then. At this point, because he's walking out, and we don't have the boots, so...
Psychonaut in chat's pointing out that he did roll a fresh seed for that one. I don't know, that kind of sounds like something that someone who did roll a fresh seed would say. It's kind of suspicious.
Right.
I mean, you wouldn't have to say it if you were trying to hide something, Psychonaut.
You know, thinking about the previous seed, Ellendar did... in this one, he did check that Death Valley was... that GP was in Death Valley. And I think he did that because of the previous seed, forcing the runners to look for an item that they both ended up last locationing. And this time, knowing that GP is accessible after 4 gems without any further shenanigans is good information to have for Ellendar here, where Level might find it soon enough here. He saw the force tile cover there. He's in to Lifetown. Not going to grab Upstab though, and he's right outside of Death Valley.
A little bit risky. I mean, he's going for the really good times, but he's going to have a really bad time if he needs that Upstab.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ellendar is in a palace that's made entirely out of compressed goldfish crackers. So
I'll buy it. Yeah, that sounds about right. Cheez-Its.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Hansel and Gretel story. Trying to lure kids into your house with candy, except in this case, black mages with very false cheesy crackers. So. Oh, Cheetos? Okay, I can see that. Ellendar's gonna have to dust himself off after he gets out of this palace and wash those robes.
Yeah, right.
Imagine.
We found a loop here in this palace.
So where was the glove? Right near the beginning.
Yeah, on the grass tile, right next to start.
Someone didn't check it though.
Yeah.
I wonder if Level's gonna be looking everywhere for it.
Yeah, I mean, again, if Ellendar is to stay in this, we all know there's a very high chance for glove blocks to exist in GP. Doesn't have to be true, but again, just a high chance. Hasn't hit a glove block yet in any of the palaces, and Ellendar shown us that 3 is open from glove blocks, at least to the boss. And then what are we going to do? We're going to do 6 or 5? And we don't have 4 access just yet on the maze. We don't have any maze access.
We don't have reflect, so probably wouldn't want to do it.
That's true. That's true.
Wait. They look like Level's little dude that's going really fast to overroll. I was like, is that a new aspect of Dash, or am I just seeing things?
Could have been a bit of a sync on Twitch's side or something.
That's probably what it was, yeah. It's like, man, he's going so fast. Or maybe my brain is just malfunctioning.
Yeah, I apologize if I missed it. We haven't seen Thunder yet, have we?
No, we have not seen Thunder. We haven't seen Reflect.
Oh, is it going to be New Kasudo? If it's New Kasudo Thunder, then we need a hammer to get in there.
Ooh, that could be spicy.
I like a bit of spice.
So, spicy Cheeto Palace is next.
Oh, are we going to go into 5 on Level's side? He's going into 5. No glove. Nope, he's thinking about it. He's going in. Okay. He's got a sliver. He's almost got a level. I think he just wants to get a level real fast. He's probably going to restart the palace.
That would be smart. Well, but yeah, they have like 5 starting lives, don't they? So it's not really that important.
Yeah, it's either 5 or 4. They've got a lot of lives to start. And is this 6? I think this is 6 for Ellendar here on the east, yeah? I think so.
No, I don't think it is. We saw 6 on levelengine side, right? I don't think it was this one. Where am I?
Well, he just did 3, so if he's back in 3 again, he's just here for the medicine.
I guess that could be a problem. Well, yeah.
Yeah, see the flames there on Ellendar's side? There's going to be another flame right at the edge of the screen. Those are the flames that can be Bogos. It's weird like that for whatever reason. It's the same enemy ID between the two palace pools. It's flames and Bogo heads.
I didn't know they had the same enemy ID. That's interesting.
But it's not really the Bogos though, like I'm saying. It's like a weird, for some reason, flames don't exist in one palace pool. I don't know why that is.
No, yeah, I understand. You know, I've dived into that Z2 edit.
A few times.
Yeah. You know, making the best community room in the game. You know.
Yeah, that we usually see no shortage of, but haven't seen actually for probably a few seeds here.
It's been a while.
Randomizer really likes to put your one room into just palaces nonstop.
I mean, can you blame it?
I think you donated when it was put in. You're like, hey, can you make sure that there's, heavily weighted to get this into rooms? Because I just want to show it off.
What can I say? Big swamp, right?
There you go.
That was during the time of that was during the Dig Shake era.
Dig Shaker's just taking money. There are the Bogos. That aren't really Bogos.
False Bogos, Bogo Flamos.
They're actually like Bogo Kingpins, right? Because they're like 2 hits.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Spicy
anyway.
Fish. Cajun fish. What do we call them? Cajun fish from now on.
There you go. Found the item room in 5. I mean, best thing right now, it's not going to be glove. It could be hammer.
That's not bad. Boots is good. Ellendar, what are you doing?
Yeah, could be water tiles. Something could be. I mean, it could be. Let's pretend that you need to go to DM in that island's DM and walk around to get maze access, maybe, and then that's where the hammer is for a required Thunderspill. I mean, that's all possible. It was last seed had P5. P5 had the required item in the last seed as well, so that would be funny.
No, you're totally right. Stuff like that can happen. I was thinking at first, you might need to get into GP, but we've already seen GP, so no. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I like when the boots are required because it makes for some interesting terrain.
I'm gonna give a call out to Level here, recognizing this room from the right-hand side, knowing that he needs to get up these crumble bridge steps that normally in P2, where you see this in vanilla, you come left to right, but in the randomizer, you can hit any room from any direction. He bypassed his attack level off of that 700 bag to get the magic level, so that he had enough magic to cast Fairy to get up those again crumble bridge steps there.
Smart.
Yeah, that was a really good play. You can kind of glitch your way up there, but man, that's super tricky. And Ellendar is having a hell of a time in this 6, man. He is out of here. That 6 is a maze, apparently. He's got nowhere in that 6.
Well, he's already got 3 other palaces, so he just needs to do 1 more, right?
Well, I mean, 4 is not accessible to us right now.
True. So he's going to be high-fiving levelengine, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see what level does. Whether he wants to do 6 or 3 after this. He doesn't know Death Valley yet, so he might be checking some Death Valley soonish. I don't know how far he's walked away from there. I think he's walked away from it though, so I don't know.
Not going into Hammer Cave.
Yeah, that's funny. Sometimes it. I don't know. Child is. It's actually just child in there, isn't it? For life, I think he's gonna luck out on skipping that.
What spell was in that town again?
Was in Darunia?
Yeah.
Life.
Oh, okay, life. Gotcha. Sorry. 7 hundo point B back. Yeah, that is lucky that that it wasn't something more important, because it could have been a lot more important than that.
Yeah. Well, Level, I think, is going to go find the ground. Oh, no, he's going to find the water tile here. He's got the boots. Is this going to be a potential hammer? Still needs to find the frickin' grass tile on the west. It's so funny because Level did this in the previous seed as well. We had vanilla items. Okay. We had vanilla items in the previous seed in the overworld. And that means Magic Container Cave had a magic container in it, and Level just didn't pick it up for a while. He just he walked by it 2 or 3 times before finally going back, like much later in the seed, to get it. And it's interesting now that he's off on the east looking around, and you know, that glove is just sitting on that grass tile.
Yeah, and this could be a very big problem for him. He's got 3 palaces cleared. He's gonna be looking everywhere for this glove at this point. I don't think at this point he realizes what he's missing.
Yeah. Now here's the thing though, has he found a palace item outside of palaces? And I don't think he has. The only thing we've seen outside of palaces is the glove on the grass tile. So for him, he might just be gambling palaces have palace items like the previous seed. But it's not, right? It's so far. He needs to find potentially the candle or the cross sitting in the overworld to let him know that we have palace items just sitting out. But no. Put that in reverse. He found a magic container in 2. So no. No, he should know.
Right, yeah. You never find a container in a palace.
Yeah. Yeah, so at this point, okay, we've got an item cave here. Nothing. Okay.
Well, he's near the beginning. Maybe he'll see it this time.
Yeah, so it does look like old Kasuto was Reflect, and then new Kasuto, I think it's Thunder. I think we've seen Naburu. Is that correct?
Yeah, but you know what we didn't see? What level engine didn't see? The grass tile.
Yeah, right. And this is going to be Magic Container Cave here.
Maybe we'll get. You might get candle here or something.
He's 700 P bag. Okay.
Okay, so that should tell him because that's a palace item.
Yeah, that should be like full confirmation right there. And Ellendar's about to get his boots. Okay, here we go. Grass tile, right? He's gonna be like, dude, this was right here the whole time. This is something you feel real bad about.
Yeah.
It's, you're just like, oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
It was right there. That lava was hungry.
Oh, so Ellendar's a big fan of this room, right to left. So he's enjoying this immensely.
It burns. That was 4 hits. Yikes. But I'm, when Ellendar picked up his boots there, I just sort of imagined like Black Mage with like a pair of Jordans on. It's too good.
Yeah, you can't tell what he's wearing underneath there. He's just dashing around. Got some running shoes on underneath there or something. Maybe some, what were they called back in the Heelys? Maybe he's got some Heelys on.
Oh, with the little wheels on them?
Yeah. That's how he's able to dash.
When was that?
12 decades ago, man.
Oh, man.
Probably about the time that Yo Mama jokes were in fashion.
Oh. Fresh white Nikes, yeah.
You want some British Knight sneakers with flashing lights?
With the lights? Yeah!
Absolutely.
Can we get that as an option?
In
the randomizer?
For the sprites? Yeah, right.
I wish. I'm trying to think of a way that could happen. You'd have to make... No, I don't think it could happen. Even if you reserved a color for...
No, yeah. It'd probably be super annoying anyway, and everyone would hate it, so...
Yeah, but it'd be funny.
A nice April Fool's joke. Well, level's back in the 6. We know that Ellendar had a bad time in here, and Ellendar having a bad time in 5. He got the item. I was say couldn't find the boss, but here you go, walk into the boss room, no problem. So this will be 4 gems for Ellendar, and he knows that GP is in Death Valley. Doesn't have Thunder access once again. So is he just gonna go for it? I think he's probably just gonna go for it. Or no, the water tile's actually just south of here, if I'm not mistaken. So he might go south. See the water tile, if he hasn't already. Maybe if he's seen it, he will just beeline for it real quick. See that it's the hammer, and right outside of Death Valley is where New Kasuto's forest tile is, and that would get him Thunder. So, this could work out for Ellendar here.
Nice. Alright, yeah, Irene offering to make Nike-like boots for Black Mage. Yeah, if you can do that with 2 pixels, good luck.
Robe will always be covering them anyway. Looks like a hard left here at start, and then through wherever this stuff goes.
And Psychonaut, Zero Wing telling us that those wheelies came out in 2000.
Heelys.
Okay, Heelys. Sorry. There's the item. The hammer. And you know, fun little fact. You get hammers in Final Fantasy to break mini. Is that what it is? To cure mini. It's a recovery item. I know that. It's a golden pin for no. It's a golden pin for stone. I think it's the hammer is a cure for mini. So I'm just saying.
We're talking original Final Fantasy? Isn't it like a soft for stone? Or petrifying?
Yeah, it probably in the original ones it was a soft. I haven't played enough Final Fantasy games. I'm sorry, guys. I know you get hammers to cure something, so I was just trying to pull that in there. Comms, please, dog. Sorry, guys.
Well, the White Mage sprite, which is in the randomizer, has a hammer.
That's
that
true. Yeah, that's a good one.
Nope. This is okay. Wait, hold on. Spell. Yeah, we knew that. Okay, so it is going to be Thunder Nukasudo, and Nukasudo's forest tile. What is this? Oh yeah, that's old Kasudo. Okay, yeah. So Nukasudo's forest tile is right next to whatchamacallit, Death Valley. Level's still looking for this dragon, and Ellendar
What is with this terrain? That is wild.
I'm loving it. It's a nice shortcut, though. This is a nice shortcut because this is where we come in originally. That's not it. Okay, so he is looking for forest tiles, but he didn't see. He went to Death Valley earlier, remember? But he didn't see that forest tile that's right over there. So that's interesting that he missed that. Otherwise, I would imagine that since he's looking for forest tiles now, he would have beelined right back to it. But now he's going to spend some time looking at these other forest tiles that he hadn't checked earlier. Yeah, and that's not it.
Poor guy.
Now I think, okay, no. I think we can hit the top side here and actually walk over the water to get to the other area where we can access Death Valley. As we find
Levelengine about to find Barbara. Yeah. Sorry.
Are we jumping? Oh, he doesn't have jump.
Yeah,
we're just getting a traditional fight here.
That's too bad. But you know what? If you're a really brave soul, you can do it without jump. I am not that brave.
Oh, like a jumpless jackhammer?
Yeah, jumpless jackhammer,
yeah.
Of course.
Ellendar just needs to walk south, and he'll see the forest tile right there in the swamp. That's going to be Nukasudo, and it's going to be Thunder.
He's definitely going to see it. He's just resetting the encounters there. And Level getting his last boss kill.
Yeah, just mark him off there. And this is going to be... I'm pretty sure Level's going to be right behind Ellendar here. Ellendar's likely going to be first into GP unless he just decides to go somewhere else after getting this Thunder spell.
Yeah. He's pretty close to Valley of Death too, right? So.
Yeah, he's right outside Valley of Death. So, yep, Level's walking back that way. He's just got to go through the double Darunian encounter. I think you can take that pass-through cave there heading north. Probably would be faster if you aren't going to be fairy feeding. If you're going to be dashing.
Magic containers required.
Oh Jesus. Oh, Level's going to get it. Unless there's a magic container in Spell Tower here, Level's actually eligible to grab that. Dude,
sorry I cut you off, but that was breaking news.
That's the medicine cave that Ellendar didn't go into. Has the freaking magic container that we saw Level pick up. Level, you have the hammer. Go. Oh, is he gonna get upstep? He's still not gonna get upstep though, unless we have upstep already. I haven't been watching our runners. Okay.
You got it? I think you got it. Because I think I saw. I think I've seen him upstep. Sorry, I've seen Ellendar upstep. I don't know about Level.
Okay. No, Ellendar definitely grabbed it, but I don't think. I just wasn't sure if they started with it, but I don't think so. I think we went in and picked it up. Thunder for Level.
Man, this is huge. This is where it all flips around. Ellendar had like a 2-minute lead at least.
He had a pretty good. Well, here's the thing though. Thunderbird's not necessarily required. I mean, I would have just gone in. I would have just YOLO'd this and gone in myself and said, F it. You know, it's a video game, man. Let's YOLO it because it helps to gamble. You know, if you get in early and you gamble and it works out, like watch levelengine walk into this GP and Darklink is 4 rooms in, right? Completely free. And that could have been Ellendar taking the win here tonight if that's the case. It doesn't have to be the case as we saw in the previous seed that happened just before this, their game 1. But, I mean, I don't know. You know, this is a randomizer. Sometimes you just want to YOLO.
Yeah, you gotta have fun. You gotta throw caution to the wind. I mean, then why do we even need glove for GP?
Well, okay. Well, I mean, there's a really high chance you're going to need that glove, right? But the fact that Thunderbird's more like a 50-50-ish, it's a little higher. I think it's like probably 60-40 or 65-35 or something like that. But there's still a chance that he's not going to be required.
Oh, yeah. Oh! Dog DB. Oh, sorry, Dog Do? Sorry, it's hard for me to read your brown sort of name on this black background. Dog Do, the oh yeah Kool-Aid Man, what if you could clip through doors with dash the way you can with fairy? Come on, come on, guys. So you can just run through doors and you take damage while you're doing it? That'd be fun.
So you want a Kool-Aid Man flag? Is what you're
Yes! You open the door and you take like 16 points of damage or something like that. I don't know. If clipping through is the only way, then that's the only way. But breaking the door open would be awesome. Yeah, that'd be good too, Psychonaut.
I don't want to take away from the Kool-Aid Man here, but we do have Ellendar not going into Medicine Cave and instead has gone into Hammer Cave here, going to get the child. In GP, we had a left and a right, 2 tiers of left-rights, and we have another junction here. So, yeah, okay. Levelengine going to have a good lead in here.
Yeah. I mean, probably 5 minutes?
I mean, could be longer than that. He walked in at about 44 flat, so he's already got 1 minute right at that point. And Ellendar's going to see a child and then do what? Go Medicine Cave and then... Yeah. I mean, that's probably 5 minutes. Probably,
if he goes Medicine Cave.
Another junction here.
And then he's got to go back to Nukasudo, and then he's got...
Wow, so we have... I think we have 6 paths right now. 6 paths and another elevator coming up here.
Okay.
6 paths to check still.
There's quite a lot of options that Level has in front of him, but he is taking the meta routing, so...
That makes it 7 with another junction here. Elevator up at the end of this waffle room. We have community rooms on, so bosses can be attached to elevators. It could be an immediate Darklink, could be a Thunderbird. Did we see how much Thunder was to cast? I didn't even check it when
I didn't see, no. But he's got 7 magic containers. I think he's probably good. I mean, I would be concerned if he had fewer lives, but again, they start with like 4 or 5 lives, so... Oh no, Ellendar's checking DM. I mean, that might be... Well, okay, he'll see the roadblock, the boulder, more easily, especially on this biome.
Yeah, that Medicine Cave is so close, though. You know, it's only... You got to take Parappa Cave through the Caldera, and then... Is it Parappa? I think it's Parappa. I think you just have to take Parappa through the Caldera, and then you can just see Medicine right over there. And with dash, you know, you dash through Parappa, you hit a Medicine Cave, you dash through those 2 screens, you've got 7 containers.
Yeah, but I think he's just brain farting on that. I mean...
Yeah. He saw it, and he could have marked it off.
Right? Yeah. He actually went in the cave and helped out.
Oh no, on his own tracker, he doesn't have it X'd off, so he definitely knows that he hasn't been in it, like fully, at least pulling an item out of it. But, I mean, there's one more container out there. Where could it be? It could even be on the maze, right? It could be on the maze still.
He could be on the right. Oh, well, yeah. Maze Island, yeah.
Yeah, and we assume the maze access point is in DM here, so this feels terrible, though, because, again, it's 2.5 minutes, or 3.5 minutes now, since Level walked in at 44. flat. So we'll say 47 and a half minutes. That's 3.5 minutes. And level's getting a lot of exploration here. Could be a loop right here.
So yeah, if the other magic container is in maze, then he's not checking these caves. Hopefully he can be like you and actually like sniff out where all the good caves are. But I don't know. Like for me, this is a complicated mess of caves right here.
Yeah, this is going to be a little, unless it really just presents itself at the edge somewhere. But he does see that rock.
That's good at least.
Level making his way through here. Again, I think Level saw a loop. Wow, what a ballsy play there. Knocking out the, well, as I say, knocking out the block there to get the red jar. It could have been a bird that he would have just fallen on.
Yeah, that could have been real trouble. Oh, by the way, Zero Wing earlier correcting me on the hammer thing. That is from Secret of Mana, which, by the way, if you guys...
The Midge Mallet?
Yeah, that must be it. If you guys have not played Secret of Mana, it's an amazing game that Zelda fans would like, I think. It's Zelda-like in a lot of ways. And it's multiplayer.
It is multiplayer. What are the original...
Tap out?
Yeah.
3-player multiplayer. That's an awkward number of players, but that was the one thing. Like they made. No, I'm not gonna get too distracted. Okay, never mind.
Ellendar in Metis Cave about to grab his 7th container as we find a downstab block here for level. A new elevator
there
that we've
go.
not
He got it. Sorry.
Yeah, we're good. We've got a lot of paths here. We've only seen one loop so far with one other dead end.
Well, on the bright side, with what just happened, Ellendar is going to be feeling kind of flustered. And that's good in his case because it could make him feel like he's got a lot of catching up to do, which he does, and he might take a left somewhere. Hopefully, for his sake, and the sake of a close game.
Yeah.
Because he can't follow behind Leveligine's footsteps and win.
We may have looped around to the start of the palace here. I'm not sure yet. This the left side of this room is an identical 3-way and 4-way elevator rooms here.
I guess I should say he can't follow behind Leveligine's footsteps and win unless Levelingine dies one more time and Ellendar is in the palace and just killing it. Oh, there's a loop.
Yeah. I did mark the child for Ellendar. I don't know if he picked it up out of Hammer Cave. I didn't watch the full. I just figured what he needed there wasn't useful, so I wasn't sure if he actually grabbed it or turned it around. I'll just mark it as in he saw it. Yeah, so we have a right. That's right. We have a left and right down here for level. This is another elevator down. We haven't seen the bottom of this. Yeah, so it's been almost 7 minutes now. About 7 minutes exactly. Oh no, I'm sorry, 6 minutes. No, 7 minutes. Math time, seconds and minutes. 7. Oh, we did see the bottom side of this. It is a loop for a level. Okay. Well, Ellendar if Ellendar's going to gamble, he needs to go straight down and left at start of GP. That was one direction we've not yet seen.
Yeah. So because Leveligine's been checking all of these different directions, he's got a lot of information right now. So yeah, it is going to have to be kind of a clutch call on Ellendar's side.
Nope. Level's going to dash in that direction now. He's going to show us it first. And Ellendar in about 7.5 minutes behind Level here.
Yikes.
Not going to follow left.
I have a feeling we're coming up on it on Level's side.
Yeah,
oh my gosh,
unless we have a full GP. That immediate death is pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah, he wants to get his life back, and it'd be easy, but he knows he's far behind. He has to risk it for this game.
Yeah, new territory here on Level's side. Doesn't have upstab, as he's showing us here. Doesn't have upstab. No jump as well, but you can get through this room without either.
You can get through this room. There is a chance he could come to a room where he cannot get through without upstab.
Right, and we did see, though, that room already just from the downstab side, so it's possible it's in the pool twice, and it's forced from the, bottom side. So I don't know, this was a Did levelengine just commit down in here? Did he go right? I don't know if he went right. Oh, he did. He did come back up and go right. Yeah.
Oh man, and this room is costing levelengine some time because he's having to do these. Well, I guess in the other direction he had to do the pseudo upstabs. So you did lose a little bit of time from that. It's a little bit of hope for Ellendar.
So there's one left remaining, I think. And it's in the, what I call, and a few others will refer to as, oh, never mind. Regardless, I still think there's one other direction remaining, so Thunderbird not necessarily required just yet. But if Ellendar sees the GP item room, is what we call it, and he goes down and left in there, I think that might be another way to go.
Alright, here's the boss battle. Not particularly challenging to Zelda 2 runners who've been playing this game since it was, incepted.
Yeah, one of the best boss fights. Once you get good at this game, this boss fight is just amazing. With all the fire flying around, having to watch two things, keeping the pendulum going. Absolutely love this fight. That's why I hate it when people have a bunch of attack levels and they just kind of minimize the fight. Because Dark Link is pretty easy, right? Dark Link is very easy, so it's like Thunderbird and the palace itself are really the bosses, and sometimes Thunderbird is not required, so, at that point the palace has to take over. And if the palace is easy, when you've got attack 7 and Thunderbird is 8 hits, then it's like, okay.
Well, you could say it's easy when you got all those life levels and you can get hit, 4 or 5 times.
Oh, here. Yes, you're right. But here, if Ellendar goes down and left, that is the other path we have.
That would be pretty clench. He's going down.
Oh, he needs to commit.
Come back.
Level might just have it, though. Level might just have it here.
I mean, probably does, I think, at this point. The chances that it is both T-Bird not required and it happens to be that one particular route seems fairly low to me.
And, yep. Oh well. Easy game. Thunderbird required in both seeds here. We don't know what's down that last direction, though. Ellendar wasn't going to show us. Level did come. This is a loop that Ellendar's on. He's just going through it from left to right. This is the room that levelengine from right to left.
That might be the last room he actually clears, though, because we're going to get a dot down from levelengine in just a second. Oh, no. Okay.
And there it is. GG to level. Official finish time of 55:39. With an almost immediate forfeit here, a DNF from Ellendar. Ellendar will be eliminated from this tournament here. This was a win the series or go home, and both games played tonight. Level did take them. Level will be moving on. I'm sure we're going to hear from them shortly, as Ellendar is already in the waiting room. I'm sure wants to discuss these seeds.
Congratulations.
Congratulations on not having to play anymore. Thanks.
No problem. Oh, sorry. I just pulled the name in here and I was like, oh yeah. I thought Level would be in here first. My bad. Yeah. So yeah, Ellendar, you actually had a really I wouldn't want to say a solid lead. You probably had like a 2-minute lead on Level, and then
in the second race.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then it turned out that you needed magic containers to get the spells.
Yeah. So I don't feel bad about skipping. Don't feel bad about skipping Medicine Cave because at the time I was like, well, we're pretty much already in go mode. Like, we already have 2 of like I still had 2 more spells to check in the west, and we already had 1 of them on the east, and I'm like, maybe I just take the gamble and don't care about Thunder. So and that's a long cave. I don't feel bad about skipping it. I do feel bad about not going all the way north and checking the spells before I did those 2 palaces, because let me tell you, when I got dash immediately after doing those palaces, I felt awful.
We're talking the second seed here?
Yeah, the second seed.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, that was probably it, right? Like, if I had just had that container the first time through, like, I don't know how bad GP was, but, like, that cost me, like, 10 minutes. So
It seemed like GP didn't have terrible combat, but it was pretty
just
maze-like.
long and windy. Yeah, I did that first route, like, natural routing. When I hit that dead end, I'm like, screw it. Like, I've got to be behind now, all lefts. And that wasn't the way, but whatever.
Yeah, there were 2 paths left. Level had shown us everything else. He had been in there since about 44 minutes, so you entered at about 7.5 after he did. Well, he's in the waiting room now. Let's
Yeah.
7.5 after he did. Well,
Hey, GG.
Okay,
GG
my
level.
microphone's on, right?
I'm sorry?
My microphone is definitely on then, right?
Yes.
We hear ya.
So there's 4 of us left at this point.
Yeah, it's you, Vix, Patrick, and Tiberius. Yeah.
And Nightcrawler.
Yeah. And not Nightcrawler. It's okay. I had to lose this one so Zardax and I can play the consolation match. Call it the official 5th place consolation match.
Ooh. Well, I will comment if I actually am available at that time. Yeah. So level engine, you didn't have the benefit of the last 2 minutes or so of talking. Basically, Ellendar toward the end had a slight advantage. Maybe 2 minutes ahead of you. He was about to enter GP.
2 minutes ahead.
Yeah.
On the second game, right?
The second game.
Yeah.
That was the second game.
Well,
To placing the last gem.
yeah. But I skipped Medicine Cave, and so I only had 6 containers, and I went back hunting.
Thunder was passable still. Depends on what the magic level
You
was, I
couldn't
guess.
get Thunder unless you had 7 containers. Container requirements were on.
Oh, they were on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't know until I found New Casino,
Oh, wait,
and then I'm
they're
like, well,
totally
I guess
on.
I lose.
Oh, wait, they were definitely on. I couldn't get the spell in Old Kasuto because
Yeah.
I never got all 8.
Yeah, I didn't even try an Old Casino. But yeah, so that I was just dead in the water on that one. And then in the first one, I feel like I got really lucky. Like, I was just like finding, like, I did 4 palaces like pretty quickly, and I went into Valley of Death thinking I was just gonna gamble on Thunderless GP because I got to take a gamble somewhere. I'm gonna lose to you because your combat's better than mine by a lot. So I thought I was gambling going into Valley of Death, and it turned out to be exactly where I needed to go for progression. And I'm like, oh, I feel really lucky. And then just like didn't pick up Thunder because I mismarked it, and then took forever to like re-get it, and then
Seeds in a row.
yeah, and then when I did go back and get Thunder, I didn't check my containers, and so then I was back in GP before like I realized it was 98, and I'm like, well, maybe I can like get a magic level and the container
98,
on
this was
these
game
islands.
1, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The expensive Thunder, even on Magic 6, it cost 98. This was all in game
Yeah.
1.
Yeah. I was just at that point, like, I was like, I gotta figure
Yeah, that
something
right
out.
there
and
also forced me to double dip. Despite entering GP with 6 containers on the first game, I still had the double dip.
Yeah, but like I felt like I got lucky early, and then I like played really badly, and then the second game, I don't know how bad GP. It seems like GP was pretty mazy. Like pretty quickly, I just started gambling on all lefts, but I had already seen like 6 or 7 different ways I could have gone besides where I went, and then you finished, and I was like, okay, well, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, and that's where we were talking there, where we had 2 paths left to go that were unexplored. Level Engine was currently on one of them, running into Thunderbird, and then Ellendar. When you went left at the 4-way at start, there was that, again, we call it the GP item room. You went down an elevator, and it was a waffle room, and you opted not to go down there. That was the other left we didn't know where that led to. So at that point, it was still in the air whether Thunderbird was required or not until level beat Thunderbird, and then Dark Link was 2 rooms later.
That would, my thought there was just there's 2 lefts, and one of them is a waffle room, and one of them is easy. Just do the easy one. But yeah, I mean, I feel like if I'm 7 minutes behind coming in GP, and I'm not really favored to win regardless, even with gambles.
Well, one thing that might have tripped Level, you didn't get the glove until much, much later into the game.
Then. Especially considering how you could that literally could have been the first item Ellendar picked up for all we know.
I think it was the first item I picked up.
And so we were wondering if you were going to run into any glove blocks in palaces along the way there.
Maybe at least one? But I think that was pretty early.
There was a glove block in 6.
Is that okay? Yeah, that makes sense because you went into 6 and then you left at some point.
I went into 6 and then I got really confused because, like, I'm fairly certain everything looped and I just didn't find the boss. One of those has got to be like a duplicate room or something. But like, I took a couple of places and everything looked like it looped and I didn't think there was any other way I hadn't gone. And I was just like, screw it, I'll do 5. 5 ended up okay.
Yeah, you did 1, 2, 3, and 5. You went to the caldera and got 3 in there. And level you did in the order. I think you did it 2, 1, or so, whatever. It doesn't matter. 1, 2. No, you did 1, 2, 5, and then 6 was your 5. 6 was your final panelist, right? Level. I think it was.
Yeah, aside from Great House itself.
Yeah. But you both got the hammer off of the water tile, and it ended up being required today. Pretty interesting for that boots were in 5. You both found the item before the boss, so you both picked up the boots from there. Water tile hit hammer to get Thunder out of New Kasudo, and of course the magic container requirements around, which I missed because level you did go into Old Kasudo. I marked you down for reflect because I was just like, oh, he's going to grab it. I completely forgot that magic container requirements could even be on, so I must have looked away. Well, yeah, I mean, I looked away at that point from your screen. And I wasn't sure. I didn't see the guy say this town is dead. Look east or whatever he says in the vanilla text, and I missed that. So when Ellendar couldn't pick up Thunder with 6 containers, we're like, oh no, they're on. When in fact we should have recognized that they were on a little bit earlier.
Yeah, container requirements are definitely like on top of my head recently because I've been messing around with the new don't have enough containers community hints. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I played fine, and just the one thing, like not checking one cave on a little bit of a gamble, ended up killing me. I don't feel bad either about that DM dig. Ended up like looking for containers. Like it ended up being wrong, but like I got through it pretty quickly. Dash is great. Although that stupid rock, it was hiding. I don't know how I didn't see it the first loop through, but whatever. Boots made that real easy.
I do want to talk about the first race really quickly here. I know it probably feels crazy that at the times that everyone found the raft, you both last locationed it in P5. So
this was, that was game
race 1. Yeah.
And luck pretty early, so I was feeling very good about that first seed until, I don't know, I'm gonna have to get the raft. I've seen the 3 other connectors between the different continents. It was like, what, a cave from the west to...
It was a raft.
Right from the west of Death Mountain. There was a cave from Death Mountain to the east. Cave from Death Mountain to I think there was a cave from the... I'm getting things mixed up with game 2, but I do remember, like, I was able to pretty quickly pinpoint that, in fact, the only possible way to get to Maze Island was by raft. Yeah,
there were 2 caves from the west to the east.
Yeah, at least that I was able to pinpoint after seeing all the caves.
Yeah, and then the bridge took you to DM. But yeah, it was like I feel like I gotta go back. I'll go back and watch the race after. Like I feel like probably we were pretty close until I screwed up Thunder, and then it was just all over.
Yeah, well, it
sounds like we did very similar routing.
Well, it was pretty wild because you both, Ellendar, you just followed in Levelegine's footsteps for like 90% of that seed. And it was so crazy that it was just like that until you got Dash, Ellendar, and level, you never turned the trophy back in for Dash. And because Spelltown name hints weren't on, so it could have been fire for all you knew. And you know, why waste your time on
just fire by itself?
Exactly.
Not me too far.
Exactly. But Ellendar turned it in, got Dash, and then Ellendar, you overtook where level was at that stage with the Dash spell. And I even called it out in comms. I was like, this is a great example of how Dash can really either even the score or allow one runner to just kind of have a really big advantage. And throughout all of that, Ellendar, you walked into GP about 2 minutes before level did in the first seed, but I'll say it seemed like I think you were feeling kind of behind. You were playing a little reckless in some of those rooms, a lot of botting, a lot of damage.
I definitely felt like I was behind.
And you made it to the one room where you game overed in that first one. You probably don't remember at this point, but it was, again, the same room that we had just talked about, where I said if you went in the second seed, if you go left at start, you see that GP item room, kind of ballroom. It's a T-junction. Anyway, in the first seed, you came up from the bottom elevator, from the down elevator. To the right was a drop, which was a bad drop to take, which we didn't learn except just that left was Thunderbird. And so you were very close to seeing either the drop or the Thunderbird block at that point. But like you say, the expensive Thunder cast, you didn't have enough to cast it. And that one level you actually went to dig out, Hammer Cave was right next to start in where you landed in Death Mountain in that first seed. Same as the second seed, which was kind of odd. But then you dug out the magic container out of the rock before even bothering to go onto the maze to go to GP, and you didn't, like you said, you already said this, that you had to double dip GP to get the container after realizing the Thunderbird was actually the block. And that was a pretty wild race. That first one was pretty wild. Second one, still wild, but I think I liked the first one more overall. Just, it was kind of crazy. Just, I don't know. Raft in P5, last locationing that.
Yeah,
everybody.
they were pretty cool seeds. I could have played better, but also I could have practiced, so. GG's to levelengine, and good luck in the next couple rounds.
Yeah, I don't know what happens in the next round. It's not a traditional. I made this mistake in the previous bootleg we did on my channel. Is that I said it was going to be like Vix and Level going up against each other, and then Ty going up against the winner of that. And apparently that's not how that's working out. So I'm not entirely sure on the format. I'm sorry.
How did Ty do?
Ty lost to Big Pickett, lost to Patrick, so he's down. He's down with a loss as well. Patrick is undefeated. It's yeah, and it's you, Vix, and Ty all with one loss. And I don't know if you three are going to play each other in another three-way, or if something else is happening here. So I would probably check out the Random General channel in the Z2R Discord to see what the format is, because I'm not 100% sure on that. I think they decided this like a week or two ago. Something's not as traditional as you might think it is. So I would definitely double check with those guys. But anyway, yeah, GG's to both of you. And thanks to Nightcrawler jumping on comms. Star was on the first one. Psychonaut picking up the whatchamacallit, restream for the second one. And yeah, this has been a lot of fun. Back-to-back Z2R tonight.
Definitely.
On a school night.
And so you have school past our bedtime. Perfect.
There. On that bombshell, I think that's a good place to leave it. So once again, GG's to both Level and to Ellendar for that excellent matchup. Be sure to give them both a follow if you haven't already. All the information is in the chat room there. Thank you to Marion and Nightcrawler for the excellent commentary, as well as to Star for the commentary in the first match. Be sure to get them all a follow as well. That's going to do it for us tonight here on ZSR. But we have a couple of interesting stuffs coming up over the next couple of weeks. There's one thing in particular I do want to call out at the moment. Coming up Friday, 6:45 Eastern on ZSR1, we have an Ocarina of Time Lotad showcase. I think it's a combined showcase of Hydrophobia % and Blue % by ZeldaSpeedRuns. That'll be happening, as I said, 6:45 on ZSR1. So if you're into that kind of stuff, be sure to check that out. We've also got matches going on in the MMR Zora Easter tournaments. Tomorrow, 4 o'clock Eastern, we have a Group A matchup between Sky, Goro, and Muervo. Hopefully I pronounced that right. And then later on at 5:15, we have a Group D matchup between Sonaholic and the only one Boober Cloud. What an excellent name. We also have matches going on in the NMG League Season 6. We have a Hyrule Castle Round 1 matchup between Akuhish and Concision, taking place at 4:10 on a CSR channel, still to be determined. And then at about 8 o'clock Eastern, we have another Tower of Hair Round 1 matchup between Matt7898 and Chex Human. All that information and channel assignments and all that will be on the schedule, so be sure to check all that out. For the moment, though, we're just going to sign off and let everyone get to bed, relax, chill out, and all that good stuff. So, yeah, once again, thanks to all the racers, to all the commentary, and to everyone involved in the broadcast. For everyone here, my name is Psychonaut. Thank you so much for watching, and have a fantastic rest of your time zone. Bye-bye now.
Thank you.